Okay, there.
Hello.
Welcome,
Hello.
Trina. How did it go? How did your 4th of July eating go while also being on a GLP-1? How did it go for you?
It went fine. I had just a half a cheeseburger and I had a piece of chicken. I took all the skin off and just had the meat. And I was full after that and
All
drank
right.
plenty water. So, yeah, it was fine.
Cara, how did things go for you?
It was awesome, but mine was a little different from Trina's because I was on my last day before shot day. So I was really hungry
Mhm.
that day. But the victory was I still held it together. I just concentrated on making sure I got all my water in. So I drank my gallon of water, and that helped me make it through. So I only had just one small cheeseburger and some fruit, and I had some fries, but it wasn't more than I was supposed to have. Everything was still on track. So I was thrilled about that.
All
And I still
right.
lost some this week. Yeah.
Oh, good. Can't
Yeah.
wait to talk about that. Pammy, how did your 4th of July go with you and your family? And I know y'all went to the coast.
That's right.
Yeah, we did really good. So my we went to my daughter's boyfriend's house, and he's a doctor, and he's very into nutrition. He likes to stir for fun, and he shops at like the healthy places. So my so it's a good encouragement, right? So she went to the farmers market or one of the fruit stands and got a variety of fruits, and then we had veggies and a really good high quality burger, a meat from one of the meat markets around here that we took down there, and then the buns were Killer Dave's buns, and those were good too. So we were
Oh,
yeah, we did really, really good. And then, still treated ourselves to like at least one dessert. And the next day had coffee and a pastry. So we
Okay.
did 15,000 steps too, or 16,000 steps. So got our workout in too.
that's
That is a
good.
victory too. So, okay, well, let me report in. I'm happy to report that I stayed on track as well. And I leaned into the fresh fruits and vegetables. And y'all, I had some amazing cherries and the watermelon. Oh my goodness. I picked a good one, a good watermelon. And so my cup was full just from being with family for the long weekend, and I needed that. And I felt empowered because I was enjoying myself. I did not forego, not, I didn't deny myself anything over the holidays. And, you know, I ate what I wanted, but, I took off the bottom bone and I kept the top.
Okay.
When I was eating a burger, and it was a beef burger. And it was fine. And then like Trina, I ate chicken. So it all works well. And we can still, I'm just happy that we all were mindful. I think
Yes.
it's the mindfulness factor, a lot of it on our GLP-1 weight loss journeys. So, for those who might just be joining us, welcome in, saying hello to those on our vertical stream, those who are joining us on the horizontal stream. And if you're catching this on the replay, welcome to you. And please drop down in those comments and leave us a comment. Pammy, would you tell us what GLP-1 you're taking and how long you've been on your journey? And just give us an update.
So I'm on Mounjaro, and I've been on Mounjaro the entire time. I started Mounjaro in August of 2023, and I lost 165 pounds in total, including 45 pounds in the first 8 months without Mounjaro, and then started maintenance in December of 2023 4. So I've been in maintenance for almost a year and a half now, I think. Yeah, a year and a half now because it's already July. Ah. So yeah, and yeah, so I've been on Mounjaro. Oh, the dosage. My highest dosage while I was losing weight was 10. And then
Mm-hmm.
I tried titrating down because I kept losing weight and I was trying to stop, and I thought my body would stop by itself and it wouldn't. So I titrated down gradually with the help of my doctors, of course, to 7.5. then down to 5. And I stayed at 5 last year for like 10 months, dealt with a lot of inflammation. So then in January, we went back up and I'm on 7.5. And I've been on 7.5 for a total of completed 6 months now. And it seems to be doing really good for me.
Thank you. Well, for certain, it's doing really good because and congratulations again for being in maintenance. You have met your weight loss goals, and we wish you just keep going. And I love you being all into fashion nowadays too. Laura, let's throw it over to you, and then on to Grant just for an update. Let
Hey,
new
Grant.
folks who are joining us for the first time welcome in Grant, and then Gemini Diva.
Yeah, so I have been taking Zepbound since March 8th. And before that, I had lost 22 pounds, intermittent fasting, and it was great. And then I took a break on a holiday, and then my body was like, no, I don't want to do it anymore. So I didn't lose any more weight for like over a year. And I was like, I've got to do something. So I started that Zepbound in March. And to date, I have lost, this week I lost 1.5 pounds. And even like since the weekend, because that was what I had written down for Friday, I think, or Saturday, I've lost 0.2 more and a total of 21.2 and an overall total of 42.2. So yay, I'm excited.
Yes. Grant, update us on your weight loss journey.
Hey, Grant.
Hey guys, I on week 74 on 15 milligrams Mounjaro, and I'm at maintenance now. I'm at 215, 85 pounds lost, and that's been the goal that me and my doctors had since the beginning of this, and I think it was a good number. I actually dipped below to 213 the other day, but then I worked out and got some of that, you know, how you retain water after you work out. So I was like, I'll be all right.
So we've got another person who has met their goal weight. Pammy is taking Mounjaro. I'm sorry, taking Mounjaro.
You got it. Mounjaro, yes.
Mounjaro. And so is Grant, both of them having met their goal weight. And so Grant, you two are officially in maintenance, is that right? Or
Yes.
Okay. And Trina, update us. Tell us what you're taking for those who may not, may be checking in with us, the GLP-1 Real Talk Live weight loss panel for the first time.
Okay, well, I was on Ozempic at first. I was 5, I think, of Ozempic. And then I made the conscious decision to switch to Mounjaro. I'm at the 5 on Mounjaro. So to date, I lost about 55 pounds. Still got 50, 60 more to go. I go to doctor Thursday, so I would know exactly how much I have lost.
That's great.
Okay. And if you do have any questions for the GLP-1 Real Talk Live panel, go ahead, please, and share out your questions now so that we can answer them during the stream. We're here every Monday evening, sometimes in the morning. Y'all just check for the thumbnail and make sure you lock in with us. I will tell you, though, if you're looking to connect with any of us, we are all YouTube content creators, small content creators. Because we have fewer than 500,000 subscribers. And so check in the description box and you'll be able to connect with all of us because our channel links are right there for you. So as far as the holidays and just lots of family time, lots of events, and did you have any pressure points? Were there any moments where you had some anxiety, some frustrations, or just did it all go well? It sounds like we were all making good choices, but did anything stress shift?
I'll take that. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I wasn't really stressed about the environment and everything. We actually decided to kind of keep it low key. We've been doing a lot, so we were like, let's just kind of stay in and we'll just have our own thing. And we did, but I was hungry all day, and it was just making the right choices all the time. I exercised. I did all the things. I started exercising more, an extra time instead of eating when I had already had what I needed. And I was trying to keep my budget, my food budget together. So I was like, okay, I know that I want to eat that later, so I'm just going to make it work. And I had enough. My body was just hungry. So that was my challenge. But eating was great. My husband's very supportive. My family's very, very supportive.
I love that idea of a food budget. And I think I kind of did something like that, similar to that, because I knew I was going to the family barbecue on 4th of July. So I made sure that I ate a good breakfast and that I wasn't starving myself, not eating anything until, I got out to the family barbecue. I wanted to make sure that I was continue to push protein at every meal. And I did not skip a meal. And I think that really helped me too. Grand, Pam, Trina, do y'all have anything else with that?
My sister celebrated her birthday Saturday. She's 4th of July baby. And she wanted everybody to go out to eat. I made the decision I'm not going. I was like, with me being on GLP-1 and then having this big family gathering Saturday, I was like, okay, either I go to eat on Wednesday or I wait till Saturday to be with family. So I chose to wait until Saturday. So I didn't go out to eat with them whatsoever on Wednesday.
Wow. It is always difficult when there are celebrations and to me, it's just the different food. I know that I do better when I cook my food at home. And so I'm always a little more, I'm just thinking about it. I'm very conscious of that. We want to say hello to those who are joining us in our vertical stream and our horizontal stream. Hello there, Sandra Jeans, living it. She says, supporting all of us in the way that only she can. And then we have a very special guest with us today, Nicole Ray, GLP-1. And it is so good to see you in our comments. She is a YouTuber as well. Hey there, Nicole. It is so lovely that you are feeling much better now, and it is so good to see you. Thank you for joining us for this edition, this post-holiday edition of the GLP-1 Real Talk Live weight loss panel. Y'all, as far as movement, someone said they got in a whole bunch of steps. How do we do with movement? Go ahead.
Well, so I like to combine strength training and cardio. And anytime I'm at the beach, that gives me, no excuses. Like you got to walk the beach, get those steps in, and you enjoy it because it's so pretty outside and the weather was perfect. I forgot to put on some more SPF before I went out there, so we got a little red, but um, the it makes it so much more enjoyable to get out. But even when I'm not outside, I keep my own equipment at home, so I'm not spending money on a monthly membership at the gym. But if that was what I wanted to do, I would definitely add in the gym. I have a walking pad, I've got elliptical, hand weights, and then one thing I like to do, and I did it today, was the daily 50, which is some strength training, 10 each, 5 different exercises, 10 times each. And then you can come back and do it 4 more times throughout your day. You don't have to do all 50 at once. And, sometimes I forget to go back and do those other 10 sets. But I think, the strength training is just something that I feel like is a non-negotiable. It's something that I've learned along the way that I wish I would have done sooner. And it's really going to help us, like, to as we get older, to be able to get up and out of a chair, to be able to climb upstairs easier. Obviously, losing weight's going to help us too. And because I couldn't go upstairs whenever I was 300 pounds, it was hard. I had to like really pull myself up. So as we're losing weight, especially when you lose it, I don't know if it matters if you're losing it fast or not, but we lose muscle. We lose muscle and we have to get it back. So getting in whatever movement you can do, I think is so important. At least 3 times a week, minimum for strength training is great.
Grant, you do a lot of sharing your weight routine and your exercise routine. You are working with a trainer in a gym. You want to share a little bit about that and how you do that, get that strength training in?
Absolutely. I go once a week for an hour with the trainer himself, and then I, of course, try to go another 2 times at least a week to maintain between weeks. But I sorry, I got a daughter running around here. We try to do different things with arms, with core, with the back, shoulders. That's why I got a trainer. He's really good at keeping it all in line and helping me work at different areas over time. And then we end up strengthening. My scan showed, I had a scan on July 3rd, that my left arm is increased in muscle. So that's what he's been trying to do, is getting my left side, my less dominant side, strengthened up so it does better. So, but all that to say, it was important to get into some strength training, as Pam said, because, you do, with any weight loss journey, not just GLP-1 assisted, but any weight loss journey, you do lose muscle if you're not careful with the caloric, deficit. So you have to do something to keep those muscles up while you're losing fat, so you don't lose more than just fat.
I agree. And right now, my strength training, and I'm working with a physical therapist, and so working with a physical therapist twice a week, and we're absolutely using weights for that. And so, if nothing else, it's teaching me how to do these exercises properly and under the guidance of licensed professionals.
And
so question, we'll throw these questions to Cara. Why don't you go first? Question coming in from our viewers: is the GLP-1, are the injections taken weekly? Are they painful?
They can be. They're not always for me for some reason. I feel like I do the same procedure, but sometimes it hurts a little more than other times. Sometimes I barely feel it. I'm a tummy girl. So I typically go with the tummy, team tummy here. So yeah, it depends on the moment, but even when it's painful, it's not so painful that I just don't want to do it. I still look forward to shot day. I dance around about shot day because it's doing such wonderful things in my body. So worth it.
I know that's right. Gemini Diva, what say you? Would you say to someone, and you have a very unique perspective on this as well, would you say to our viewer who is asking this question, are the injections painful? What say you?
They're not painful for me, only because I take insulin. So I'm used to it by now, because insulin used to be painful, but now it's not painful at all.
Okay. Pam, you wanna take that one too?
Yes. Can you say what would the injection being painful? So I was first a tummy person and I rotated around my stomach, but I was like certain areas. I kind of went more back and forth, 2 inches away or 3 inches away from my belly button. Um, and then all of a sudden I was watching, I think it was Countess of Shopping, and she did her back of arm and was talking about how much appetite suppression she experienced. So I thought, I'm going to give it a try. And at that time, I made it more difficult for figuring out the right positioning and all that than it needed to be. And then later on, I realized how easy it was just to lift up the arm and inject from below, instead of, at first I did this whole thing where I like wrapped my arm around and then I injected this way. And it was surprising for me. I felt more appetite suppression, satiety in my left arm. And it's funny, my left side of my body like seems to do more things. Like I feel more things on the left side of my body. And so I prefer the arms. I would rotate between the arms and then the stomach. And then after I had my hernia surgery last August, I had to avoid the stomach for a while. Plus, like, you have to find the fatty spot. So it was getting a little bit harder figuring out where's the best place to go. I tried my thighs again. I never really liked the thighs, and I never seemed to get the right position of it. And when I tried my thighs in the past, I didn't feel like it worked very well. Like I didn't get the appetite suppression. So I've always kind of like, I don't know, I'm not resistant, but I don't like it as much. But I'm kind of like leaning towards rotating it into back into the cycle, because that rotating around. But does it hurt? I Sometimes I feel a little pinch, sometimes I don't. And I always hear that if you leave it out for a few, like 15 to 30 minutes ahead of time, you won't feel it as much, and that seems to be true. But actually, I don't even mind. Even a little prick, it doesn't bother me anymore. So I kind of welcome it, because then I know I injected it, I didn't mess up or anything. So thankfully for me, I've never had any problems with that aspect of it.
Okay. And so Pam, just for viewers and for clarification, you are using the auto field pen for your
Yeah,
weekly
I don't know if it's
doses. Is
right,
that
and
what
I
it's
don't know if
called?
it's
You
called.
tell me what it's called.
I don't know if I don't think this is called the auto injector. I think that's something different. It's just the regular pin, where you have to unlock it, you push the pin,
Mhm.
and it triggers in for 5 seconds. Yeah, or 10. I could do a count of 10, just to make sure you get 2 clicks, and you have to wait until the second click before you remove it. And I just like to leave it there for a little bit longer. I don't really know what the auto injector really looks like.
Okay.
And I've done injections for other people, but when my grandson had cancer, I learned about how to do the syringe and all that kind of stuff. But I went into a port, so I've never put a needle into my skin, so I don't even know what that feels like.
Okay.
But I've only had the regular Mounjaro pen, I think is what we call it.
Okay, so looks like Grant has a demo for us. And so thank you for that, Grant. And we'll let you take that question. And then there's also a follow-up there on the screen from Paula's Journey to Health. Thank you, Paula, for dropping that part B to this question. Go ahead, Grant.
So for me, it's not really been the pinch is the most I ever have pain wise, and that's usually in the arms more than it is the gut. I did the gut the first year, and then I kind of started doing some other areas, the thigh, and then the arms. And the arms have been my favorite, just personal preference there. But as Kenny K was mentioning, here's the pen like me and Pammy and a lot of people use with the little button on the end, and you just hold it till you do 2 clicks. And of course, I'm on the 15, but others have the vials, like Christy has a vial on hers. So an interesting thing to me, it looks a little harder to do the arm with the vial than it does with this, because all you got to really worry about is hitting a button. But she's kind of accommodated and figured it out. So it's definitely possible with whatever version you have.
Thank you, Grant. Cara, you want to chime in there?
Sure. So when I started, I went tummy because of just, reading and hearing a lot of people talk about it. And that was one of the most recommended places. So I just started there. But when I started hearing some of the OGs talking about the different areas that help them, I tried each one. So not, of course, in 1 month. It took a while to get through each area. And I didn't feel like I had as much satiety. I wanted it to be what other people experienced with the arm, but I felt like I had less. And it could have not been about that. It could have been something else that caused that to happen. But I always feel like I have the same level of everything when I do tummy. So I just decided to stick there just recently.
Ditto for me. The recommended locations for the injection, if you're taking a GLP-1, is on either side of the belly button, about 1.5 inches, 2 inches on either side. You're supposed to rotate from side to side, or the tops of the thighs, because you're supposed to inject the medication into the parts of your body where there is the most fat. Or as Pammy demonstrated, the backs of the arms, because I am a Zepbound self-pay customer. Then I get my doses for the month in a little micro doses. They're very small doses. You get 4 of them for the month, and you inject 1 dose a week using a syringe. So when Pammy was sharing that it would be very awkward for me. So I knew me injecting in the arm, or for me using a syringe, not even attempting that. I did try 4 weeks injecting into my thighs. And y'all, I'm new to my weight loss journey. This is week 19, and I took my new dose on Sunday this week. And so far so good. And y'all, I'm a person who never injected anything into my body. So this is a pressure point for me. It is a source of anxiety every week. But I was on a live stream with TT Trucker, who's also on a weight loss journey. And y'all, I didn't think about it. I finished that live stream interview with TT Trucker, and I took my shot. And y'all, I was probably the most calm that I've ever been.
It's huge, Kitty K.
Yeah, it was huge for me, and it was huge for me. We've got so many folks who are chiming in on the stream, and we've got more questions coming in. Trina, tell us, do you feel that injecting the medication, is it painful? What is your honest opinion? Our viewers want to know.
Not painful. I tried the arm. I'm not strong enough. Since I'm a stroke survivor, my right side is weaker. So me injecting on my right side is kind of okay. Mm-hmm. But my left side is not as strong as I want it to be. And my right side is weaker. So the stomach is mainly the best for me.
For me too. For me too. And Pam, you said something. Y'all, we got questions coming in. So y'all, we are here. That is why we have this weekly panel, because y'all, I have learned so much before I started taking GLP-1s from those kind humans, YouTubers, who were willing to share their story on YouTube. And so this is the beauty of this panel, is that we're all taking different medications. We're all at different stages of the journey. So bring those questions right on in. And Pam mentioned something. I have noticed, Pam, that when I inject on one side, my left side, I seem to have more suppression on that side versus my right side. And I am right-handed. That is my dominant side. But I did have a total knee replacement on my left side. So I tend to have far less inflammation in my body on the side where I have had a knee replacement. And I still, because now the right side is my bad knee, because I've not had a knee replacement on that side, and I don't want one. But I'm glad to hear you say that. And again, the beauty of this panel is that we can share our stories. And with that being said, before we go back to questions from our viewers, we are not medical providers. We are simply sharing our weight loss stories, our own personal journeys, and our successes, our wins, and the things that we're still working on as we are all on the road to better health. So please, please, please consult your medical professionals and talk with them earnestly about your consideration and your use of GLP-1s if you are considering those things. Question from Sandra James. I am guessing you all don't eat 3 times a day, 3 meals a day. How many times do you all eat? Does anybody want to share that? Pam's got an answer, and let someone else take it right after Pam. Go ahead, Pam.
I do 3 times a day. I've been an intermittent faster for a while. And so what I do is I start my day with a protein coffee. And then and my day starts, or when I'm drinking that coffee, it's probably starting at about 7 o'clock in the morning. And then by 10 o'clock, then I eat my breakfast. And so that could be an overnight oats that I've pre-prepared with protein and chia seeds and flax seeds and all kinds of good stuff in it. Or my husband will make eggs, and so I'll have an egg, bacon, sandwich with sola bread. And so every meal, I focus on getting 30 grams of protein minimum for each one. Now, on the days where it's like, for me, it's day 2 after my jab day, because I don't feel the suppression on the first day or the day after as much. Like, I feel like I'm actually hungrier, because the day before my jab day, I'm hungrier, and the day of, and the second day is a little bit kind of iffy. But so
Uh-oh. Did we lose Penny?
I wonder if her phone died or something.
Something happened there. When we get her back, we will finish that. One more person, share your answer. Do you eat 3 times a day? Pam says she does, and she's really intentional because she's getting that
I
protein
don't.
in 3 meals.
I do not.
Go ahead, Trina. Tell us your answer about
I
eating.
normally eat between the times of 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's normally just breakfast, and then I'm not hungry until I eat dinner, which is around 4 or 5. I tried to stop eating big meals at 7. So, and then, maybe a light snack before 10, and then I just stop eating. So from 10 p.m. to 9 a.m., I don't need it at all.
Okay. Let's just go on to the next question, y'all. We got so many questions coming in, and I want to make sure that we're honoring our viewers and their questions about GLP-1s. Paula's Journey says, what is your favorite protein snack? Cara, you were just telling us before we came live about a snack that you enjoy.
So I was gonna say I don't snack a lot, but if I do, it's usually, she said protein, but I'll share this in a minute. So protein snack is either, I like protein shakes. I like, y'all have already seen those Genius sparkling proteins that I like. But if I'm looking for something that is real food, then, I don't really snack a lot. But if I'm really just in a tight and need to, I'll have some of the Kirkland brand beef sticks from Costco. Now, if I'm looking for fiber, though, the very cherry plums. They are so good. Have y'all had those?
They look delicious. Yes, I've had
They are so good. And some of the other friends on this YouTube corner have been talking about them for days, and I've been like, oh, I got to get them, because every year we enjoy getting them. So I'm so excited. I had one a little while ago, but I'm going to have another one after we're done.
Okay. And then Nicole Ray, GLP-1, says that she has a protein drink as far as eating. She's on a weight loss journey as well. She has a protein yogurt drink in the morning, and then she eats 1 to 2 meals a day. And y'all, honestly, I am replacing at least 1 meal a day of my 3 meals using a 30-gram protein shake, and this is the Oikos brand of protein. Grant, I don't know if you or Trina, if y'all want to, well, Trina, you've already talked about yours, so Grant, you want to share a little bit about how much you eat and when in a day?
I try to eat at least twice a day on meals, and then my protein shake in the mornings usually. I'm on Lonnie's protein shakes right now. I don't know. I kind of go through different ones over time, get burnt out on one, go to the next one. So that's the one I'm on right now. But as for my favorite protein snack, it's actually the Lenny and Larry's protein pretzels.
Oh,
they have different flavors. They have pizza, they have cinnamon roll, but they're all really high in protein and low in the other stuff. So I recommend those. I actually saw them at the gym in the machine. That's what got me started on those.
Grant, y'all, tell me if I'm wrong. Grant always has the newest snacks and things.
Right, because I've never heard of Lenny and Larry pretzels.
That I've never even heard of. Wow. Welcome in, Auntie Mama. Welcome in. And Paula says she is also on a weight loss journey and is now in maintenance, if I'm not mistaken. She says that she eats 3 meals and 2 snacks. for
Okay.
the sole purpose of making sure that she is not going into a calorie deficit, because you do need to eat food, whole food to fuel your body, because this GLP-1 journey, y'all, it's the science behind it, and the medication works. And it works so well that we've got to do our parts, and that's making sure that we're eating a high protein diet, and one that is fiber rich, so that we can complete the digestive part of losing this weight. Does anybody else have anything to add to that?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'd love to.
Go ahead,
So
Carl. Thank you,
I actually eat kind of like Pammy, because I shared that I was an intermittent faster. I still employ that because it just makes my body feel better. It helps to take down inflammation and keep it down. So like Pammy, I usually start with a coffee. I don't usually start my protein until later, so I don't break my fast until closer to noon. Then I have my protein shake and whatever my lunch is going to be, just to bolster that protein for the beginning of the day. I also have my, I love to talk about stacked water. So I have different supplements in that, including my electrolytes and my collagen and things like that, and creatine. And then later I have, if I'm hungry between that and dinner, I'll have a snack. And oh yeah, like Shani. Hey Shani, I also love cottage cheese, and there's that Kirkland beef stick. And then I have a good dinner, a balanced dinner.
Right.
Yeah. Beef sticks and jerkies are really good for extra protein. Getting that protein in any way you can. You can eat it, you can drink it. But I know in my mind, for me, protein is at the forefront of my mind. And Doses of Shani, she is one of our regular panelists on this GLP-1 weight loss panel. And y'all, you can even connect with Shani by using our channel links in the description box. Just reminding you of that. Shani says that she eats 3 meals a day. Her favorite snacks are cottage cheese. You can have all of my cottage cheese. I don't like it. My mama loves it though. It's the texture for me. It's something about the texture.
Right.
Built bars. Grant has mentioned the built bars, and those good old beef sticks. And I like the turkey ones too. I like the turkey.
Oh, I haven't had those.
Yeah, I like the turkey.
Yeah.
They're Kirkland brand too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I even buy the Great Value Walmart brand and the Wisconsin sticks.
The Wisconsin turkey sticks are good.
Nice.
Yeah. They're just great. They're just great.
And I tried the Built Bars for the first time yesterday.
What did
And
you think?
I surprisingly like them. So, yeah.
What kind did you have?
I bought the Rocky Road.
Okay.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I haven't tried them yet either.
Yeah.
It's more like a chocolate covered marshmallow type of thing. But yeah,
Wow.
that's really good.
Okay.
Yes. And a question coming in about clarification on those plums. Those cherry, are they cherry plums? What are they
They're
called?
called berry cherry.
Berry
I
cherry
don't know
plums.
if there was a glare, but they're berry cherry plums.
Very cherry.
Where did you find those at?
At Publix.
Oh, at the Publix. Okay.
Mm-hmm. They may be other places, but we always see them at Publix every year.
Paula, I have seen them at Costco, and that's where I purchased them before, is at Costco.
Nice.
Okay. Question for the panel. New question. What part of being on a GLP-1 is hardest for you? Is it the medication itself, movement? Is it staying hydrated while on this medication, particularly because we're now into the summer months? And I don't know about your part of the country, but it was heat wave for me in the South. I'm spending the month of July in the South, in Tennessee, and y'all, I'm like, oh my goodness, do I know what I'm in for? Y'all. So what part of the routine of being on the GLP-1 is maybe it's easiest? So maybe tell us what the easiest part is for you and what is the hardest part. And let me give you some options: protein, hydration, movement, medication, sleep. What part of this journey is the easiest for you and what part is the hardest?
Well, I'd have to say the easiest part for me is the taking the medication. I mean, that's the simplest part. But actually, sleeping is my hardest. And sleep is a very important part of the journey, any weight loss journey, really. But, because from what I've been told and been taught, you actually burn quite a bit if you get into a good REM sleep for that 7 to 8 hours a night. But for me, I don't know if it's better since I've been on 15 milligrams. I have more insomnia than I used to. So I end up doing my games and stuff up until wee hours of the morning sometimes. So that's my hardest part.
I agree. And now I'm thinking about something, Grant, when you said sleep. Because when I go to, there was a car accident, a car wreck, and because of that, I see the chiropractor twice a week. I'm in physical therapy twice a week now, and they always, each of those doctors ask me about my sleep. How well are you sleeping? And sleeping is a critical piece to weight loss. I didn't realize that until starting this GLP-1 journey. I'm on week 19 of Zepbound. Who wants to go next?
I'm with Grant. Sleep is hard. I was diagnosed with insomnia like 4 years ago, and so yeah, sleeping is it's crazy work. I just get sleep whenever it. Some days I'll be up. I can be up 72 hours. Sometimes I'll sleep 8 hours, but I never get a full 8 hours of sleep a night. It's always broken up into days. So I might get like 3 hours one day and the rest another day, but it's never a full 7-8 hours.
Okay. These are very interesting perspectives. And, I didn't understand the connection, but now I do. When you're not having regular sleep habits and you're not getting enough sleep, then your body is not able to recover. And that weight loss process happening within your body, it's not happening as well. That's me speaking it, and because we're not medical providers. Pammy, I'm interested in your perspective on this. What's been the easiest part of the journey and the hardest part?
So yeah, the easiest, I'm just like Grant, taking the medication has been the easiest. I look forward to it. I'm excited. It's funny. You would think that it gives me like a natural high or something because I feel so good after I take it. Like I even get energy, and a lot of people get really tired. I started switching mine to taking it in the morning because I felt like I got more energy once I figured out how my body responded to it. Um, and so that's been the easiest. Sleep, I kind of tend to be about 7 hours a night, but there were some times where I felt like I struggled a bit with the sleep, and I think it's because I would have energy all day long. Like I just feel like I'm bouncing around with energy so much. Hydration has been like this has probably been my struggle is to make sure to get 80 ounces minimum of hydration. So that's probably been my biggest struggle. I've been doing pretty good about the vegetables and the protein and all that kind of stuff. And of course, there's days where I'm not that hungry, and with that satiety plus being a post bariatric patient, like I have a smaller stomach, a pouch from gastric bypass, so I get full faster. So I have to focus on the protein first rather than the veggies, because veggies can even fill me up quick too. So I have to aim for that. So that, yeah, that's the easiest, are the majority of them, but I would probably say the hardest has just been making sure I stay hydrated. I have to set timers and stuff. And I like to put flavor. I do not like plain water. My my PA from the get-go said put some lemons or cucumbers or berries, anything you can in your water, but she wants me to do more of the natural stuff rather than the sugar free. But I do partake in some sugar-free additives.
Yeah.
And also, back on the other question, I do love those grass-fed Kirkland beef sticks. I keep them with me when I go for walks in case my blood sugar feels a little off. Because even though I have my, I'm managed with my glucose, I would never did fully get into full-blown type 2, but I was right there at the cusp,
Yeah.
and I'm insulin sensitive. So I do fit, and it also it comes along with having gastric bypass. If I have too much sugar, or I just don't, I have too many carbs and glucose, high glycemic index, I can crash and I get jittery. So I keep a beef stick with me every time I walk. So that's been a lifesaver. And I do like those Built Bars, but they kind of taste like candy to me. So I will oftentimes eat two of them. So you know, they taste pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah.
Allison is not taking a GLP-1, but she is on a journey. She is working on her health this summer. And thank you for chiming in, Allison Mapp. And she says the hardest part is the easiest part is getting active. And I often see her out walking and getting her steps in. And she says that hydration, y'all. So you'll see me with my big 20-ounce Care Bear, cup. But then, y'all, I recently, in the last week or so, moved to a smaller cup because I work from home remotely. And so I put my water in another, in a small cup, because then I know I have to get up. I'll have to get up and get moving versus, sitting there sipping on that until lunchtime and then, refilling. But this makes me get up and get my body moving. And, chiropractor and physical therapist both said that is so important. And it's important for us to move our bodies, get more steps in every day. So many folks are chiming in, and thank you all for joining us for the GLP-1 Real Talk Live Weight Loss Panel. It's our weekly Monday panel, so join us again next week if you will. And Doses of Shiny says she is so surprised that she's been so successful on this medication, given the fact that she does, just like Gemini Diva, deal with insomnia. I feel like I fall asleep way like a I'm a woman of a particular age now. I'm 50 years old, but I feel like I'm always falling asleep. Just to
Me
let
too.
y'all know. Yeah.
But we are the newer, people on this medication. I thought about that. I wanted to know what your situation was because we're so close in timing.
Yeah. The sleep, I'm probably averaging nothing close to 8 hours of sleep a day, a night, but probably somewhere between 6.5, which to me is good for me. I don't know if that's good for my body, but it's good for me. Can y'all tell me, and let's talk about this, because we titled this stream our summer weight loss. Okay. Can you all tell me, as we get ready to wrap things up here, Grant, you've done lots of vacationing, and I love how you and your family y'all have really y'all leaned in to using the summer for vacationing and things. How do you do anything different while being on a GLP-1 and being mindful of weight loss with all of these trips? You've done a lot of trips. And let's just take that one around the panel and we'll wrap those things up for today. Go ahead, Grant.
Well, typically when I'm out of town, I've said this before, but moderation is key. And, I try to take, the protein shakes with me, bought some more at Walmart while we were gone, stuff like that. But, when it comes to, eating on the go, we usually stay in condos and stuff. So we are able to, buy some things for the evening and whatever. But, when it comes to eating at Chili's or wherever we end up, I just try to eat in moderation and then take the leftovers back and possibly eat them. I'm bad at eating leftovers, so I have to be honest. But I try to have high hopes that I will eat them. But at least I don't eat the whole thing while I'm because I can't anymore. Anything restaurant wise, you might get half of a serving eaten. if you're lucky. But moderation and just keep moving. I thankfully a lot of places we go, you're usually walking a lot, whether it's Disney or whether it's Busch Gardens or whether it's the beach or whatever. You're getting your steps in for sure. And then, as I mentioned prior, I actually pushed a wagon through Busch Gardens with my autistic daughter in it, and I ended up pushing almost 200 pounds, and I lost weight. So I mean, it just kind of worked out.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I was going to mention it for you. Pulling a wagon, one of those wagons that folks put all the soccer ball stuff in and the cooler and all of that stuff in. And Grant and his wife, Christy, were pulling that through the amusement park. All of the amusement parks that they visited. That's the way that they care for their autistic daughter. And wow, you guys are true purse. So it does not surprise me at all that you lost weight doing this. Pam, we're going straight across. So Pam, you're up next.
Well, if you see any of my videos, my thing is like my life. I've got my life back. I feel like I wasted my 40s. I'm in my late 50s now, so I feel like I kind of wasted the beginning of my 50s. And I'm all about living life now, like taking my life back and enjoying adventures. So going out to the beach, going to amusement parks, just anything we can do to get out on the weekends and enjoy every minute of it, because life is just too short and you just never know when your expiration date is. So I am definitely going to take this to the fullest and enjoy every minute of it.
I love that. I love that. And I see that from you, Pammy. I feel that it comes across through your channel. And that's what it is. You are making up for lost time. And I love that for you. I'm
Thank
loving you.
you. Thank you.
And that's why I like your channel so much. Because yes, you are making up for lost time. Go ahead, Cara.
Thank you.
My husband and I are small business owners, and I mean plural. We have several businesses. So we are not traveling a lot right now. Also, we have adult children who have a lot going on. So we choose little small jaunts. We haven't been doing big, longer types of vacations lately. We will again, but we're just in a sowing season, a hardworking season. So what we do is just make sure that we take little bites of time to rest and to re-engage and to make sure everybody's okay. And then we get back out there and get going again. We just have some assignments from the Lord that we're excited about, and we're going to get it all done. We're going to leave this place empty, but I'm so excited. I'm still early in the journey like you are, Kendi K. And I'm excited for the things that I'm already able to do better and more effectively. Just moving around and just how I feel in my body is just night and day from just 3 months ago when I started this GLP-1 journey. So
agreed. Everything Cara said. And Trina, what is it like for you? Lots of family events coming up. You mentioned a birthday for your sister and how you did with that.
In June, I was low key. I didn't do very much in June. This July is going to be very, very busy. My granddaughter, her first birthday is next week, so I'm going to visit her. My 60th birthday is coming up, so I'm gonna be doing lots of dancing because she wants me to do dancing. As a way of movement. It's just a lot. I mean, I can't call it just a lot.
I love the idea of dancing as a way for movement. It reminds me of Cara, who does Pilates for movement and for strength training. Shani says she feels like her mindset about food has changed. And I know that my mindset is changing, and food is no longer a priority in my mind, in my day, right? I'm thinking about food, but it's certainly in a different way. It's not just like even being at the family cookout, a barbecue and then fireworks that night. My main thought wasn't just eating, right? My main thought was
consume your thoughts.
It does, yes. Thank you, Trina.
So yes,
Thank you, Trina. That is what
I
it is.
understand.
Yeah. This medication will really silence the food noise. And for me, it is a silence that until I started taking the medication, I did not realize how much my thoughts were consumed by food. Because before it was just like, I work from home, so I'm in a meeting. When I finish the meeting, get up, go get something, go to the kitchen.
Right.
That was the path through my house. Pam, it looks like you wanted to say something. Tammy, looks like, did you have something to say about that, about the food noise and how the medication silences your food noises in our heads?
Yeah, sorry. So yeah, whenever I can't remember if I felt it right away. I hear some people say like instantly the food noise was gone because I still had hunger, but for me, I could finally tell the difference between head hunger and real hunger. And so I
Right.
would feel like that real true hunger, and I welcomed it because it was a strong feeling, like I knew that okay, it's time to eat because I really feel hungry. And so I guess I'm happy to have that because I know, like I was saying, 2 days after my jab day, it's I have a lot of suppression. So whenever I feel hungry, I'm like, my body's telling me to eat, so I'm gonna eat. And and it's weird. We were talking about how sometimes some people feel satiety with the injections on certain side of the body. I'm right-handed. I feel it more whenever I inject on the left-hand side, and I think even when it's in my left side of my stomach. Funny thing to know is a couple weeks ago I had a weird food allergy reaction, and I'm not a person who's ever had a food allergy.
I
Um,
remember that. Yes.
yeah, and it affected the left side of my body. And that's the side where I get the satiety whenever I inject. So that is just so weird how that left side of my body works, and it's like scary and weird at the same time, I guess.
That's
Mm-hmm,
so
mm-hmm,
interesting.
mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it makes me think, if I mean, God forbid, I hope I don't have a stroke, but if I were to, would that mean that it would affect the left side or the right side? That how that body, and it's like maybe that's something that's like whenever you have a stroke, it affects one hemisphere of your body.
Yes.
It's just really interesting.
Trina, tell us about
Yes. And
hate to
you
go
never
there.
know. You never know
Right?
exactly
Never.
what side it affects. Um, it affected my dominant side more than anything else. I had a stroke in my cerebellum, which is the nerve right there at the base of your brain that
Mhm.
connects to everything else. So I didn't know exactly which side it was going to affect.
And
But
I,
but the earlier question where you was talking about the food noise,
mhm.
I noticed that when I started taking them, I was first in line for the food. Now I tend to go last, because I'm not
Oh, to
hungry.
get food.
So I
When
tend
we
to go last.
okay.
Hmm.
Okay. And I remember you talking to me previously because we've talked about your stroke. Because at
Yes.
your age, what age did you have a stroke, Trina?
37.
So you are now a 10-year stroke survivor.
Yes.
And thank you for being a part of the GLP-1 Real Talk Live weight loss panel. And I know you talked about being right-handed, but
Yes.
after your stroke, you had
Now
to
I'm
learn.
left-handed.
Now you had to learn to use your left hand as your dominant hand. Thank you
Yes.
for sharing that with us. And we want to welcome in Caring for Others and me, Nicole Ray, GLP-1. Thank you for all of those doses of Shani chiming in on these conversations. Y'all, it's summer. The sun's out. It's getting hot out there. And y'all tell me, what are you focusing on? We're in a new month, y'all. We're in quarter 3 of this calendar year on our weight loss journeys. what's happening with you. This is our quick round robin, and we'll be out of here. Starting with you, Cara. We're going this way, straight across. Go
I was
ahead,
like,
Cara.
don't let her start with me.
Oh, you want to pass it to Pammy?
Yeah, because I got to think for a minute, especially to be
Okay.
succinct.
What's
That's not my forte.
Goals for July
Well,
or for
so
the hot summer?
finally, this month of July is going to be my like enjoy less work and enjoy being out and about. So it's going to be focused on nutrition. I'm increasing the healthy fats and with along with the protein and vitamin C and zinc and everything. And I'm focusing on the strength training. Just and enjoying the beach, going to the beach. My daughter lives close to it, so I get to go on the weekends. So it's going to be fun time now.
Yes, I love
Fun
that for you.
time. Yeah.
I love
Thank
that for
you.
you, Pam. Go ahead there, Grant. Oops,
Bless you.
bless you.
Bless you.
Ooh, that was a hard one. Sorry. Just what we've already been doing. Stay out and about this whole summer because, with Krista being a teacher, this is just the time of year she wants to do everything she can do, as much as she can do in these 2.5 months or whatever it ends up being. But, I've already taken all the time off I have, so it'll be more weekend things. But during the week, we got a local lake we'll go to. I have 2 little nieces I want to spend more time with, because they're 1 and 3 or 1 and 2, and that time is precious because they don't stay that way very long. So we're just going to have fun and, as Darian say, do more memory making than worrying about macros.
I know that's right. I know that's right. And Darium is picking at you, Grant. And Grant, Darium is reminding us. I'm going to ignore the snotting part with Grant, but Darium is reminding y'all, if you would please, would you help the algorithm find us as small content creators who are on our weight loss journeys? Hit that like button for us and consider subscribing. And y'all don't forget to check the description box where you are going to find all of our channel links. Trina, do you have anything else to add? Goals for you for July on your weight loss journey?
My goal is to walk more. I was talking to a friend who said, do evening walks instead of, the early morning walks. I was like, maybe, that will be fine. I was like, maybe that helped me sleep better. So he said, do evening walks. And I plan on doing a lot of baking. I just went to the store and got everything imaginable. Think about doing more baking.
Okay, because you do a lot of sugar-free options
Yes.
too. And I love the idea of thinking about how can I still incorporate more walking in the dog days of summer, as they call them. Walk at night or walk early in the morning. The fact of the matter is, you just keep walking. And that's what I'm going to do, y'all.
Right.
I'm going to keep walking. What I love about all of us, y'all, we're feeling better. You can just see it. We are all feeling better and life is better.
Right.
Some of this excess weight off of our bodies. And thank you all for joining me on this week's GLP-1 weight loss journey. Y'all, thank you for being with us. Thank you for helping us on this journey. Y'all, if you are considering GLP-1s for weight loss, don't forget to check in with your doctors and follow your doctor's advice. We're just sharing our personal stories, and we'll be back here sharing with you again next week.
Thank you, Kendi.
Thank you.
It's that time again, we shine again. From Memphis to the West Wind. It's love, it's life, it's every day. Candy K all day. Feeling like a copy in hand. Making moves with a master plan. Simple things make a spirit stay. We find our joy.